Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a timeless reading for the collective, so whenever and however you come across this video, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And what we've been doing is pulling one card randomly every morning from our mega deck. You can look down in the description below if you're new here for the first time to get more information on that. But today's card is pulled from Scot Howden's Oracle of Light and Dreams, and it's card number 37, Joan of Arc. And before we look in the book, I have not actually looked in the book to see what the reading says for us from the book, but the first thing that I always like to do when I first pull a card is to just look at the image on the card itself and get the energy, the information messages transmitting directly from the image in front of us. And I will tell you truthfully, when I first pulled this card, I'm like, well, this is this is interesting. This should be an interesting reading, and I don't know if the reading that is in the book is going to be anything like the information I'm getting from the image on the card itself. We'll find out in a little bit, but there's a hesitancy in me to attempt to do this reading. It feels like there's so much that we have attached to the idea, really, of Joan of Arc, of the idea of being a martyr, and not necessarily wanting to emulate that particular type of energy. So the first thing that I got from this card, from this image, I mean, we look at this beautiful woman here, and she was actually quite a young girl. I'm not going to go into a whole lot historically about Saint Joan specifically, but you can see her wings. She has been declared a saint by the Catholic Church. This was a hard path. This was not an easy path by any means. And it is not a path that under normal circumstances, anyone should feel like they are being required to take on that role of being that person out in front in the middle of a battle that is actually, dictating how a battle should be played out. But we don't want to get into that energy. It's very easy. I happen to know personally because I've gone through it myself personally, and I've heard about many other people that have done this same kind of thing. It's easy to get into the martyr role, and it's a very thin line between martyr and victim. And this is no shade on Joan of Arc at all. I'm talking about us. We're not under normal circumstances, unless you're a statesperson in charge of a country or a region that is currently at war, which I feel you have my utmost compassion and respect for that. But we can kind of get in war mode about ridiculous things, silly things, and I've talked about that previously in a couple of readings, not too far back. I don't remember which ones. You guys probably do if you've been here more than once, but it's so easy, and we just want to become aware of, we want to become mindful of our self-dialogue, the things that we are saying to ourselves, to other people. If it starts out with, why me? Why do I always? Why is it my? Why does this keep? Right? Those words those are the keys, those are the flags to let you know you're walking into very dangerous, literally warlike territory, where you are going to take your ego and put it in front of you like a sword and use it as a weapon against people or against situations. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it never works. Joan won the war, but she lost her life as a result. So I think the first lesson, the first message that I get from this card is that we want to just become mindful. If you are on a hill that you are willing to die for, make sure that it's a worthwhile hill, that it's worth your energy and your focus on defending. But I will just tell you, as a general rule, the truth stands alone. Do I think that the war that Joan of Arc was involved in would have been won without her assistance? I don't know. I know that in parallel realities, there is a reality where that never happened. And there is a reality where you are no longer at war with yourself, or at war with circumstances. We know that the only thing that we have control over us is ourselves, unless you are being divinely led to, forge some kind of brand new path through a whole bunch of resistance. That's not, as a general rule, anybody's calling. What we are being called to do, and what I get as the flip side of that, don't do this, is do this, which is stand in your integrity. Stand in your power. What you know to be true for you, your principles, your values. I'm reminded of being in a group of people at some kind of social thing. And I don't know, family, friends, coworkers, whatever, somebody makes a joke and other people laugh, and it just catches you as not being funny. It may be making, light of a world global situation that you don't think is right to be made light of. Or it may be making fun of some group of people, or, pointing out something that's not the same with a group of people that is the same for their majority, whoever it is that they feel they belong to. But we have as a general rule, we have a very bad tendency to kind of use things as examples for funny things that aren't really funny at all. Standing in your integrity, standing in your truth means being able to not laugh. Doesn't mean you have to jump in there and go, you guys are so horrible for thinking that and thinking it was funny. That's not your job. Your job is to stand in your integrity, stand in your truth, stand what you know to be right for you, and say, I don't find that amusing. Can we talk about something else? Be blunt. Absolutely. Coming from that place of love, coming from that place of peace, where this was not funny to you. It wasn't right for you. It wasn't the right path for you. There is nothing wrong with disagreeing with everybody else on the planet. Okay? You can disagree with me. You can disagree with other, things that you read and see and hear. You can disagree with anything you want to, as long as you know it's the truth for you. Now, at some point, I'm just going to let you know, if you think it's true for you and nobody else sees it and it's causing harm, either to you or to somebody else, that's not the truth. The truth will always be of benefit to all. Always. Whether it's a hard truth, whether it's a truth that people are wanting to receive or not, it doesn't make any difference. This is that kind of energy where you're drawing your line in the sand and saying, from this point forward, I refuse. This is my boundary, and I'm not going to let anybody trespass. That also means guarding your energy as a warrior. There is, in a way, a battle always being fought, and it's really just our 3D reality as we are moving into 4D, and that conflict between those two realities. But as we are manifest shifting into our desired reality, our DR, we don't have to fight battles. We can simply stand in our truth, and the truth stands alone. It doesn't need to be defended. You just need to honor it and expect that other people are going to have their own truths that they will ask you to honor, to respect. And you honestly cannot do that if you don't come up from a place where you are honoring and respecting yourself, right? But we don't have to fight or make wars. We don't have to make wars with ourselves. We don't have to make wars with others. We can come from that place of love and light and joy and peace and say, I don't agree with you, but I understand that's your truth, and I'm going to respect your ability to make that decision. They have the right to make that decision. As soon as you give them that right, they will have to respect yours, or you simply walk away. You have that choice too. You can walk away. Let's take a look in the book and find out. Oh, and just as an FYI, 3 plus 7 equals 10. So 1 plus 0 equals 1. This is a 1 card. So this is like your initial step after the creation idea, the initial thing that you are going to do on whatever. So this may be a new way of looking at things, a new way of expressing yourself to other people that you're maybe not feeling super strong in. You can take Joan of Arc's resilience, determination. She was unmovable. Okay, sometimes we are the unstoppable force that just plows through everything. Sometimes we are the immovable object that refuses to be budged. Just make sure whatever it is that you are choosing as your standard that you're going to hold up for everybody to see, that it's something that you can feel proud of, that you know is the right thing for you. Okay, in our and like I said, I did not look at this. I did not look at the book. I have no idea what it's going to say. Learn from those who inspire you. Our keywords are role model, inspiration, aspiration, success, and heroes. Joan of Arc became a national heroine at the age of 18 when she led the French army to victory over the English at Orléans. Her story inspired the French population during her life, and it has grown to mythical proportions today, making her one of the most legendary figures of all time. The legend of Joan of Arc is a great example of the power of heroic figures. By displaying strength, hope, and determination, she became an inspiration and role model to generations of people. By using the lives and success stories of others as an example, we too can be inspired to discover who we are and what we are capable of. And our quote from the book for today is from Mr. Warren Buffett. And he says, "Tell me your heroes, and I'll tell you how your life will end up." Ooh. All right, Mr. Buffett, that's interesting. I will take that. Thank you. But yes, so who is your hero? And I'm just going to say the first person that should instantly come to your mind is you. What? Yes. Yes, your hero can be you. Be proud of all of the battles that you've already fought, whether you felt like you won or lost. Does not matter. Be proud of the fact that you're still here today. You've made it this far. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. So be proud of that. Be proud of who you are becoming in your truth, in your integrity, in your determination to bring the most love, the most light, the most joy, the most peace into this reality by being true to what you know is true for you, setting those very clear and impermeable boundaries, what you know to be right for you. Something's not funny, say it. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay? You don't have to instantly jump in and correct people. You can simply just take a breath and say, that's not really that, not mine. not my energy, not my words, no, not for me. Thank you though. Be sure that you honor and respect others as you release what does not serve you. Okay? Be sure you are honoring and respecting yourself. So that's the reading that we've got for the day. A little bit shorter than what they have been previously or recently, but not a whole lot more to add for that. Who is it that is your hero? Who is it that you are thinking of as you are in there, working your little butt off trying to get stuff done? Who is it that you are thinking of that makes you feel strong, that makes you feel like you can finish this, you can get it done? I have friends, I tell them all the time, you're my hero. I have a good friend of mine, her grandson is one of my heroes, this 18-year-old boy, because he was tenacious. I feel like that's an excellent word for Joan of Arc, tenacious. He got a hold of a dream for his life, and every single thing he has done from the time he was little, he knew he wanted to be this. And you know what? He became it. At 18, he is living his dream life. He is going off overseas to serve in some military force that is assisting other countries with keeping people safe. It's amazing. It's not my path, obviously, and I'm sending him nothing but safety energy and strength energy. But this boy, this man, he is a role model for me of just not giving up. If you know something is right for you, don't give up. So who is your role model? Who is it that you are thinking of as you're in there scrubbing the dishes or the toilet, or making that 1 hour and a half long commute again? What is it that's keeping you going? Remember to refocus on that, because that's going to build up your strength. That's going to refill that cup of energy that you need to continue on and finish what needs to be done for the day. Don't worry about, what's happening tomorrow or next week or next year or whatever. Just take care of today. That's the only thing that you have to do. Alrighty. I love you. You are awesome. You are powerful. You are strong. And you can get everything done that needs to get done. You can finish everything that needs to be finished in the time that it needs to be done. I believe in you. And I love you. Namaste and ciao for now.